Hello! This is so weird. This video has been a long time coming. I have been wanting to do this for a long time now, and honestly I've sat down and recorded videos at least 5 times already, and the farthest I've gone with it was to edit the entire video and just freaked out because I keep thinking to myself, like, who do I think I am, like, sitting down making videos on YouTube? Like, it's just terrifying. It just like freaks me out. Doing makeup, you know, is kind of like my side thing that I do for fun. This is like not something I want to do as a job. It's a real serious and expensive hobby that I have, but you know, I figured this would be the right time to start since I am in the middle of taking extra classes and I'm not really doing anything else, and so I figured, why not? Let me just try it, and if things don't go right, then so be it. You know, I'm hopefully going to be starting PT school next year anyway, so I don't expect this to last very long just because I know I'm going to be so busy in PT school and I probably won't have time to continue making YouTube videos, but you know, you never know. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start the channel and see where it goes. Also, now with this hurricane in Florida, I feel like I have all the time in the world, so might as well try again, and hopefully this one will be the one. I'm going to really try to edit this and actually put it out there for you guys to see. So if you're watching this, just know that I'm somewhere in my room freaking out, and I can't wait to see everyone's reactions on it, whether it's good or bad or anything. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So for my first video, I figured I would do more of a natural look, just so we can start off with something that a lot of people are going to be able to do pretty easily. And I've been so excited to use this new palette from Dose of Colors. It's the Friendcation palette by desixkaty, and I'm not gonna lie, I've opened it already. So I could swatch some of the colors because the colors in this palette are just like to die for, and they're so unique, and I love the fact that half of the palette is more neutral colors and then the other half is like bold shimmery colors. So you can really do a lot with this thing, and just look at the packaging. This is just the paper that it comes in. I've already messed it up a little bit, but it just looks like a juicy rose gold like chocolate bar. Doesn't it not look like a chocolate bar? This palette is cruelty-free, paraben-free, and gluten-free. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this palette so you guys can see what it looks like. Boom. Is this not the most beautiful packaging you have ever seen in your entire life? Why, yes, it is. And then when you open the palette, we've got that plastic covering and this amazing mirror. And then we've got 10 beautiful shades. Here on the back, it tells you all of the names of each of the shadows. This blue right here, this is the most amazing blue I have ever seen in my entire life. I know I'm probably sounding super exaggerative about this palette, but everything about it is just, it just blows me away. I can't even speak. But this blue, I've been dying to use this blue, and I really wanted to do this video using this blue color, but I figured I would start my channel off by doing a more natural look, so you'll have to stick around and see if I do a second video, and I will most definitely use this blue color. I'm obsessed. This palette retails for $55, which is kind of expensive, but we'll see if it's worth it. I honestly am a huge fan of desixkaty, so I believe it's going to be worth it, but no bias here. I'm going to try and be as honest as I can, and let's just jump right into it. Okay. I'm going to be using this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo in the shade Soft Brown, and before I get into that, I'm going to use this clean mascara wand from just like an old mascara that I used up a while ago. And I'm going to use that to comb my eyebrow hairs up as they get real crazy. Okay, so dipping into the lighter shade in the Duo, I'm going to be lining the bottom of my brow. Just going in with like a very light hand. I personally like fading out my eyebrows, so I like having this inner portion right here like a little lighter than this outer portion, so that's why I go in with the lighter shade and with a light hand just kind of like dust the pigment over. Now my hair on this eyebrow is a little more bare than my other ones, so I do have to fill in a little bit more. Okay, now going into the darker shade, I'm gonna go ahead and line the bottom of the end of my brow and then just dusting it over. Next, we're going to prime the eyelids, and I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Neutral. Let me tell you something. The other day, I was like, I don't need to prime my eyes, you know, they look kind of even today, no discoloration, it will be fine. And the mess that came after that, I had patches of pigment all over my eyelids, and I'm assuming the reason for that was because all of the oils on my eyelids came up into the pigment in like random spots. So like the dark brown that I used, it looked like I had sprayed water on it in one area. It looked a mess. I'm gonna go ahead and set that concealer with some MAC Studio Fix. I'm not exactly sure what shade this is because I got it so long ago and it's kind of like faded out, but I'm pretty sure it's the N5, so just in case you were wondering. And I'm just gonna take this giant fluffy brush and lightly dust it over. If the lighting in here is changing, it's because I'm using my window in my apartment and this Hurricane Michael is coming through, so there's a ton of like clouds and stuff everywhere. Matt's gonna come home and be like, why do you have a full face of makeup on? Like, we have to go buy ice and water and batteries for this hurricane. Like, where are you trying to go? I'm just trying to prepare, you know? All right, now we can get into this palette. And you have no idea, I bought this palette like a week ago and it's been killing me because I've been wanting to use it, but this entire time I've just been like, no, Emily, save it for the video. They're gonna want to see the reaction. Hopefully it's a good reaction, but I have faith. I do, I really do. I think I'm gonna go in with this middle shade in the top row called Necessary, and with my Morphe M441 brush, I'm gonna be putting this in the crease. This color is a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be actually, but it's very nice. I actually really like the fact that it is a little bit darker. For the next shade, let's go in with the shade Churro. So that is this color right here. It's a darker, warmer brown. And with the same brush, I'm just gonna be applying that a little bit lower than that last shade. It really does warm it up. So I'm kind of putting this color in the transition shade under the necessary, but also in this outer corner right here, and then just like bringing it over. Now I'm going to be going in with this dark brown color in the palette called Teens. It's this color right here. And with a Morphe M433 brush, I'm going to lightly tap into it just because I don't know how pigmented this is. And then I'm going to apply it on the outer corner of the eye. Start off small. Oh wow. Yeah, this is very pigmented. So I would start off very small, doing like dab-like motions just to kind of bring it up. And honestly, I wouldn't even dip it back into the palette. It is that pigmented. I'm gonna go back in with that Morphe M441 brush. And just in this area right here where you can see like that harsh line of the divide between the transition colors and this dark brown, I'm gonna brush over it just to kind of blend out that line so it's a smooth transition. These shadows do have a little bit of fallout, but honestly that doesn't bother me so much just because I know it's probably because it's giving off a lot of pigment. So I'm just gonna go in and clean off the fallout with a makeup wipe. Now I'm gonna be going in with this gold shimmery shade in the palette. It's called Just a Kiss, and desixkaty said that it's kind of like a topper shade, so you would put it on top of another shadow just because it's kind of like sheer. This is seriously insane. Holy cow. The pigment in this shadow is seriously unreal. Do you see that? I really hope it's showing up on camera. My eyelids look wet. Like actually wet. I didn't even put like Fix Plus on my finger or anything. Although I kind of do want to see what would happen. Oh wow. That is iconic. Oh, there is a lot of fallout with this shade though. It seems to be coming off pretty well though, so. This palette is definitely worth the $55 in my opinion. Alright, so we can go ahead and go into the face now. And lately I've been using this Vanish stick in the shade Natural. And then I go in with a damp beauty sponge. This past weekend I went and saw the movie A Star is Born with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. Such an amazing movie. I highly recommend you guys go see it. The songs in it are super catchy and I've just been singing them like all day long. Lady Gaga in that movie, she's just good. Oh god. Now we can go in with concealer. And I'm gonna be using the same concealer, Tarte Shape Tape in shade Light Neutral. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit under here. A little bit under my nose because I get really red under here. And honestly, that's about it. I don't like to use too much concealer because I feel like it just gets really cakey on me. If I'm going out you know, somewhere where it's like dark, I might put on a little bit more concealer just because like you probably won't see it as much. But for today, this is it. So now I'm gonna go in and do my under eyeshadow, and with this Morphe Y20 brush, I'm gonna go in to the shade Necessary and just kind of dust it all along the lower lash line, making sure I connect it to this top shadow here. Alright, and then going in with my Morphe M432 brush. So it's a very flat, precise brush. I'm gonna go in with that darker brown shade again, Cheens, and I'm just gonna lightly pack it very, very close to the outer corner of my lash line. And then taking that Y20 brush again without dipping into pigment, I'm just gonna blend those two colors together. I'm gonna highlight the inner corners of my eye with In Light from the JaclynHill palette. It is this very first color right here. I'm gonna hit my face with a little bit of Morphe setting spray so that my foundation, concealer, and everything else can just blend together a little bit. I'll wait for that to dry. While that's drying, I'm gonna go in and finish the eyes. For my lower waterline, I'm gonna be using ColourPop's Cream Gel Liner in the shade Overboard. I'm obsessed with this eyeliner. It's the coolest, like, goldy brown color. I don't like to use a lot of black anymore. Actually, the only makeup I used to wear in like middle school and high school really was black eyeliner. Like, I would just wear black eyeliner and nothing else. And oh boy, looking at pictures from those days is really rough. And then for mascara, I'm going to be using Benefit's They're Real mascara. I honestly think this is my favorite mascara of all time. Oh, let me go ahead and curl my lashes first. Anyways, so yeah, I'm pretty sure this They're Real mascara from Benefit is my favorite mascara of all time. It really just gives me the volume I need plus the length that I need. It's just all around perfect. I've compared it to the other Benefit mascaras, including the Better Than Sex mascara and the Roller Lash, and I prefer this one over both of them. The Better Than Sex one, the wand just doesn't comb my eyelashes as well as I want it to, and so it kind of just makes it very like messy. And the Roller Lash one, I actually like that one a little bit better than the Better Than Sex because it does comb my eyelashes very lightly, but that makes it good for like no makeup days when I'm just wearing mascara and nothing else, because it makes my eyelashes very like light and feathery, whereas like this one I use for more like intense looks. I'm gonna go in with some bronzer next, and I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil in the shade Light Medium. Rude, hello. I'm gonna be bringing this bronzer in about from the top of my ear down to like right about here, and just dusting it. Every time I use this powder, the powder kicks up into my mouth. So I kind of like eat it a little bit, and not gonna lie, it kind of tastes really good. Above my forehead, make the illusion that it is smaller than it really is. And then I'm gonna put a little bit under my chin to really carve out my jawline, especially since I have a lot of skin under here that gives me a horrible double chin. And then I'm going to use the same bronzer with a Morphe Y17 brush. And I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit. Then going in with some more setting spray before I put on any highlight. This is just gonna make my skin a little bit moist so that when I apply the highlight, it sticks a lot better to it. It makes it more intensified. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M501 brush into Becca's Champagne Pop. Mine cracked, so I had to like press it back together and it's just like falling apart. But it still works pretty damn well. Holy camole. And I'm gonna put a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Now, on top of the Friendcation palette, I also went ahead and bought the two of the lips that they came out with. So this is like the liquid lip in the shade My Name, and I also bought the lipstick called Aftermath. I'm gonna go ahead and test out both of them on my lips. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna put on My Name first and see how it works. Okay, wow, that shows up a lot more warm on the lips. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry so I can give a good review on the formula. Wow, though, this shade is like so pretty. Also perfect for fall. Okay, so I think it's just about dried. It's super comfortable. It's not sticky at all. Not very transfer proof, but honestly, I prefer comfort over it transferring because I always end up touching up throughout the day anyways, so that is a big plus for me. All right, let's go ahead and try Aftermath. Wow. The formula in this lipstick is actually very similar to the liquid lip, where it's not matte but not uncomfortable, and the color is just perfect. Like, this is probably gonna be my go-to lip color this fall. Okay, and then one last spray with some Morphe setting spray, and we're all set. And yeah, this is the finished look. It went a little bit darker than I was expecting, but honestly, I am still in love with it. It's a really nice natural smoky eye, perfect for fall, and the colors in this palette are just beyond. Like, it has gone beyond my imagination, and the pigment is amazing. All of the colors in the palette are amazing. I cannot wait to try out the rest of them so I can show you guys the rest of the palette. And these lips are also amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!